Azure Gleam. The king awakens. The kingdom's assault on the former Arundel territory proved successful, but the wind carries dire word of invasion from Srang in the north. Having lost contact with Margrave Gautier, Dmitri departs Aryan Road and makes for the capital, Ferdia. He fears he may be walking into a trap, yet he marches on all the same.
And you're sure?
Very. The Srang people did indeed attack, but they never broke through Gautier territory.
Meaning the Margrave is unharmed. Why then was our contact cut off?
It's possible someone within the kingdom is interfering. The Margrave suspected as much when his initial envoy never returned. In response, he dispatched a slew of messengers, myself included, all on wholly distinct routes. It would appear I'm the only one who arrived safely.
It's good to know my father's safe, but it's starting to sound like we have a big problem on our hands.
Dimitri's been kidnapped.
Like as not, someone's ambushing these messengers as they pass through Blaidd lands.
And this is bringing back bad memories. It's all too similar to when Count Rowe's convoy was attacked.
Weren't we supposed to save him?
The Boar suspected Cornelia at the time, and I'm growing ever more inclined to agree with him. Have you any news from the north? What of the capital and the king?
Nothing at the time of my departure, I'm sorry to report.
Guess there's only one way to find out then. We should head up there ourselves, Felix.
The Margrave would surely send word if something were to happen at the capital.
Yeah, but like how many people is he gonna send out, and how long is it gonna take for even one of you to get here?
I imagine we'll have more clarity on the situation in a few days' time.
We don't have a few days. You need to act, Felix, and you need to do it now.
But if we move too rashly, the Imperial forces near the fortress will grow wise to our maneuvers.
As though any of that'll matter if the king winds up dead. Losing Aryan Road would be the least of our worries then. We'd be trapped in a massive war of succession and easy pickings for the Empire.
Even at a distance, that man has an uncanny talent for giving me headaches. Very well. Notify all troops stationed at the fortress, and round up a team of our most elite soldiers. We're heading north.
We temporarily parted ways with Dimitri. And Dedu. And Rodrigue. Okie dokie. Alright, so what I don't get, right, is why? Because we are here in Rowe and Arundel territory, I guess, or something like that. I don't know. We're like near Arundel, the border with Arundel, right? And this is Garrick Mach, and Lester is over here. So we fought Byleth over here-ish, right? Whatever. And yet somehow the mercenaries, Gerald's mercenaries, ended up in Leicester after the battle. Like, what? Why? Why would you escape to Leicester? Why would you retreat to Leicester when your contract is with the Empire? And it's fine. It's whatever. Maybe they'll ditch the Empire and they'll end up with the Alliance, which I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. And then we'll, you know, ally with the Alliance or something. I don't know. That's the hope anyway. The hope is that we all become best friends, right? All right. Okay. All right. Huh.
That's a tough one. Nothing to report.
Though actually, it seems like there are some strange goings on in royal territory. I'm worried sick about the people in the capital and everyone from the church. I just want to head up there right now. But I've been charged with protecting this gate, and I won't abandon my duty. There.
I'm thinking.
I wonder if my father is safe. Duke Ivan is in Ferdia too, so he has to be okay, right? My stomach is in knots. I want to rush back to the capital, but there are an unusual number of bandits in Garant and Enid territories. It's almost like someone's trying to stop our journey north. It's almost like someone lured Dimitri into Ferdiad. But that couldn't be possible, right?
Can I help you?
If something goes awry in royal territory, her grace could be at risk as well in Camulus. All is fine there at present, but I worry nonetheless. She's the shining light of Fodlan. Okay. Goddess, please watch over her grace, the Archbishop. Okay. Sure. Where is this person? Oh, here.
How may I help you?
The Strang region sits on the northernmost edge of Fodlan. Their people are unusual folk, and we cannot even understand their tongue. There's a rocky desert in the southeast, but most of the peninsula is covered in snow. They have fought with Fargus for a long time over their warmer lands. For my money, I think the kingdom's lands are cold and poor, and not in the least bit worth stealing, but that's just my opinion. I mean, it's still better than a wasteland, right?
Oh, that's right.
When we were fighting in Arundel territory, there was a knight in black armor among the enemy. The Death Knight. I feel as though I've heard his voice somewhere before. It sounded so familiar, maybe from a few years ago, or no, further back than that. Suggest she knows him, laugh it off, claim she's imagining it. Well, he does cover his face. He could be someone you know, Mercedes. You're from the Empire, right? It's not a stretch that you could have run into him somewhere. Not everyone who is born in the Empire knows each other. If we come across him again, I'd like to talk with him to know for sure. All right. Good luck with that. We're rooting for you.
A moment of your time.
I would have thought it impossible that the Margrave, Fodlan's famed wall of ice, would let the Strang army invade so easily. And it turns out I was exactly right. That aside, just what in the goddess's name is happening in royal territory? Who knows?
Well, actually...
I'm honestly relieved we're going to fight people who aren't the Empire. I just wanted to flee the entire time we were marching toward Imperial territory. Try to cheer her up, sympathize.
Yeah.
It's tough
I
fighting
don't
old
know.
friends. There were times I had to do the same thing when I was a mercenary. You too, huh? Yes, I suppose as long as we have to keep fighting, it's just a reality we have to accept. All right. Hey, so I know this might sound a little tactless, but let's suppose for a moment that His Majesty dies in an enemy trap.
Any thoughts?
Can you imagine what would happen to Fargus then? I mean, the Empire would invade.
Let's see.
I think so. I'm guessing the war would drag on, and there'd be a struggle over who takes the throne. Bingo. Now His Majesty has entrusted his affairs to Felix and Duke Ifan in the event of his death, and he goes to the front lines safe in that knowledge. But the problem is that right now, nobody else possesses the crest of Blathed. So there will be disputes no matter who takes the throne, unless an illegitimate child of royal blood conveniently pops up, of course. It'd be simple if we were only fighting the Empire or the West, but throw a war of succession into the mix and things will get messy real quick. That's why I want to get to Ferdiad before something truly terrible happens. Makes sense. Arbol. Solve one problem and another spawns in its place. It just never ends, and everyone has their own reservations about the situation as well. Isn't there something you can do to put an end to all this? Let's all just... I have been suggesting the end to all of this entire time. Nobody listens. Kitchen. Okay. Plane.
Actually...
There's been much talk about the Strang region as of late. For some reason, every time I hear it, the word sticks in my brain. I end up repeating it so many times the word ceases to have any meaning. Strang. See? There I go again. Alright, that was kind of weird, but okay.
Honestly, I don't know. Got a sec?
I don't know for sure, but couldn't this be a trap? My gut's telling me something's off. Dimitri probably shouldn't have gone out there. Though I guess I don't have any room to talk on that front. Yep, it's all a trap. Trap to lure him out. I don't like any of this. We got no idea what's happening in royal territory, and no insight into what the Empire's up to. If we're not careful, they could deal a serious blow to us while we're caught up fighting each other. But the situation with the war in the east is, what? You look like a pigeon caught in some wind magic. Alright, cool. Situation in the east? There is no situation in the east. Claw's taking care of it. Nothing left, save hollow prayers for the dead, huh? Whatever. Right now, we have to prepare so the enemy doesn't catch on to what we're doing.
Hey there.
If you spot anyone suspicious, apprehend them immediately. I'll keep an eye out as well. Though I have to say, being a commanding officer is a ton of work. Guess I'm learning the hard way what he has to deal with.
I see. A moment.
Reports say that all is quiet in Camulus, where the Archbishop currently resides. However, we cannot keep the Knights of Seros stationed in our Aryan Road. If something is happening in Ferdiad, we must move to protect our adherents. Okie dokie. We missed someone over here.
You're busy?
That commander, Miklon or whatever, I hear he used to be a bandit. It's wild that a guy like that could turn over a new leaf and become a respected commander. Respected is kinda stretching it, honestly. Though some folks are none too pleased about it. Some stuff happened in my past that made me turn to thievery too, so in a way, his story gives me hope. I want to show folks from all over the kingdom that people can change and start anew. Oh, we support you, we support you. Rooting for you, cheering for you. You can do it. None of the invaders breached Gautier territory, which means we received false information, right? And then there's the matter of Count Rowe's escort getting attacked. I can't quite put my finger on it, but I've got a bad feeling about all of this. I hope His Majesty and everyone else in Ferdiad are safe. So do we? What? Bernadetta? You're outside! Why am I here? Indeed, why are you here?
Oh no!
Why am I suddenly part of the Kingdom Army? I'm not supposed to be here. You can't force me to fight. No way, no how. Comfort? Persuade.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got the
know.
short end of the stick there. I guess you looked like you could be convinced to join us.
So wrong!
What's that supposed to mean? I was fighting for dear life out there too, you know. We know. We appreciate it. We appreciate you. We're glad you're here. We're just confused why you're outside. We've never seen Bernadetta outside before.
Say, to tell the truth,
Any attack from the Strang region is an attack on Fargus, but people in the south feel pretty removed from it all, like it's someone else's problem. But it's a matter of life and death for the houses in the north. In the north. So even if we receive suspect information, if there was the slightest possibility it's true, the king would have to return to the capital. The enemy likely knew that when they set their trap. Petra, we love you.
I must be telling you.
Strang is being the kingdom's neighbor, yes? Why are they having a violent relationship? Bridget is being the empire's neighbor, but we are having peace between us. I mean, right now. Is Strang being too powerful for the kingdom? We don't even get a choice. What is the point of this if we don't get a choice? Sorry, I have no idea. I don't know much about them either.
What do you think?
I'm thinking of reasons. Maybe there's no point in demanding allegiance from Strang. There may be an alternative. I will be thinking it over. All right, Petra, we believe in you. We believe in you.
Zach,
Answer me this. If we knew something fishy was going on, why'd the king and his people bother returning to the capital? Okay, sure, even mercs sometimes go charging into battle knowing full well they will lose. But it feels like the king and those guys are just a bunch of fools. I really don't get it. Wow. Oh, that's funny.
Excuse me, can we speak a moment?
I was just thinking about the Eastern Front. The fighting between the Empire and the Alliance seems to have calmed for the time being. In that case, we'll have to pay close attention to the Empire's movements. If they discover we've left Aryan Road and are making our way to the capital, they would surely mount an attack straight away. We must all work together to keep the enemy in the dark. Alright, cool. Okay, I think we've spoken to everyone, so we should, go make food. Have ourselves, like, 8 meals. I think Shez and Byleth should have, like, an
Hunger
eating
is the
contest
true
to
enemy.
see who can pack more away. That went by surprisingly quickly. Probably because, like, at least 3 of my people are gone.
Solid, solid.
I don't think this agreed with me the last time I tried it, but I still appreciate the thought. Thanks.
Sorry, I'm kind of full. You can have mine.
Come back whenever you're hungry.
Hey, this is great. I bet anyone would love this stuff.
You would be wrong.
I am so overwhelmed with gratitude that perhaps you could eat it in my stead?
Wait, I know you worked hard making this. I better
I
finish
like
it.
how Flame just tries to foist it off on you, and Ash is like, well, it couldn't hurt,
Come back
right?
whenever you're hungry.
Oh.
Yeah, the flavor's not really there. Might want to try something different next time.
You should have told me we'd be eating. I'd have brought something too.
Something better than this.
Sometimes Fodlan cuisine is going down easily, and sometimes it is definitely not.
And we already know Patrick. Oops. Oh well, it's fine.
Come back whenever you're hungry.
Hey, this is...
Huh. You made this? Pretty good.
This is heavenly. You can really never get enough of your favorite foods.
Come back whenever you're hungry.
Let's go do chores now.
Care to make yourself useful?
Counting on you both.
Let's do this together.
Come on, we'll do it together.
We all must do our fair share. To make yourself useful?
Counting on you both.
All right, let's give it our best.
We can do it together. We all must do our fair share. Care to make yourself useful?
Counting on you both.
If I can be of any assistance, please let me know.
Let's get it done.
Training can be the difference between victory and defeat.
At least we got through it.
I'll be able to help even more now.
Hope this is good for something.
A new power is now being mine.
We make a good pair.
How can I best use this power?
Hope this is good for something.
This will help everyone out.
This should come in handy.
Double the people, double the experience.
Together we are achieving new heights.
This'll help me break new boundaries. That's how good we are.
Only thorns left on this rose. Hope this is good for something.
A new power is now being mine.
Not bad.
Hey, I'm stronger.
At least we got through it.
This should come in handy.
Hey, I'm getting better.
Hey, a new power. All right.
Good enough, I guess?
This better not be one of those weird powers.
What's wrong, Ingrid? You look troubled.
Oh no, it is nothing. Don't worry about it.
It has to be something if you're just standing there staring off into space. You can always talk to me, you know. I might not be much help, but...
It's this land. It is so fertile. I cannot help but be amazed.
It is an unusually bountiful region for Fargus, and a beautiful one at that.
Time to move all of Galatea.
It doesn't have nearly as much snow as the north, and multiple rivers flow through it. I could scarce take my eyes off of that wheat field we passed earlier.
My home does not have anything as lovely as that. It's nothing but a barren, rocky wasteland, and the soil we do have is so poor even the weeds disdain it.
Aww.
We have tilled the ground, removed rocks, and sowed seeds in hopes that our descendants might one day benefit, but... well, who knows how long it would take for us to have large, fruitful fields like the ones here.
Our blood, sweat, and tears will drench the land, serving as nourishment for those who come long after.
Some quote for some knightly tale.
You may not accomplish it in your lifetime, but the effort will definitely pay off down the road.
Yep.
Or, that's what I think, at least.
Those are the words of King Lugh, yes? From Lugh and the Maiden of Wind. That is one of my favorites.
Yeah, hearing you talk about your homeland actually reminded me of another part. At one point, it uses the phrase, barren as the land of Dagda. I'm sure it's just some term the poets created long after Lugh, but it got me curious. So I went and tracked down a travel journal about Dagda.
I haven't read many travel journals. What did it say?
It spoke of a crop that grew easily, even in their infertile soil. Apparently it's really filling and tastes amazing when boiled or baked.
It sounds too good to be true. Like a crop out of a fairy tale.
If only I knew what it was called. Shamir might be able to tell you more about it.
My homeland would greatly benefit from cultivating a plant like that.
I can't say for certain if it'll actually grow there, but it's probably worth looking into. And if there's any way I can help, just say the word.
I am sure a royal knight has better things to do than worry about the problems of House Galatea.
This isn't about my station. I'm just a pal lending a hand. Besides, I grew up poor. I know what it's like to go hungry. No one should ever have to experience that.
Thank you, Ash. In that case, our first task is to look deeper into this miracle crop of yours. I wish we could wait until this war is over, but that would take too long. I want to learn all I can about it as soon as possible. Oh, this is so exciting.
Agreed. Now we just have to survive long enough to uncover its secrets.
That's it? How do they only have B support? I mean, it's fine if they only have B support. Like, that in and of itself is fine. But like, what about the resolution to this search for this miracle crop? This miracle whatever. We want to know what happens.
It's fine. We're fine. Everything's fine here. Just gonna grab it and run right back out.
No ghosts here. No, no, no.
Good evening, Annette. I am so sorry. I didn't mean to startle you.
Oh, Ingrid. It's just you. Sorry about that. Guess I'm a little jumpy right now.
Don't worry, it's fine. But if I may, what are you doing out here so late at night?
I forgot my book in the mess hall and came back to grab it.
What a coincidence. I was also headed to the mess hall to look for something.
Oh, yay! Then we can go together. Seriously, I'd feel so much better if you were with me.
Not entirely sure why that's the case, but okay.
Because then if ghosts chase you, she could just run off and leave you.
It's so dark. What was that? I think it came from the grass over there.
Probably just another night owl. I wonder if it's...
Annette, stop! You're going to run into that pile of...
But it's so dark, how can you see?
Ow! Who put these crates here?
Let's be real. Annette would have run into the crates whether she could see or not.
Crates. Oh, Annette.
Well, that was quite the ordeal, but we finally made it.
I'm glad nobody got hurt, aside from you in those crates. But if I may, Annette, are you afraid of the dark?
No, she's afraid of ghosts. It's totally different.
Yeah, actually. I've been afraid of it my whole life. I give anything not to be, but I just can't seem to shake it. What about you, Ingrid? Aren't you scared? I mean, a ghost could pop out of anywhere and ghost you.
The dark does not really bother me, no. And as I have never seen a ghost, I'm not afraid of them.
But doesn't it scare you to think about it? I mean, just imagine some icky dead person rising from the earth and coming at you with big, chattery teeth.
Certainly, we had such stories back home in Galatea. My brothers loved to tell them when I was a child. But if they were true, we would not be able to walk to breakfast without bumping into a horde of the dead.
Huh. Yeah, I suppose that's true. But it's still hard to get the idea out of my head.
I personally think it would be wonderful if the dead became ghosts and we could see them again. But when people die, that's it. We can't see or speak to them ever again.
Yeah, when someone dies, they're gone forever. But that's all the more reason to treasure what little time we get, right?
Agreed. We have only one life to live after all.
In that case, I'm gonna walk back all by myself.
Are you sure? We went through quite the struggle just to make it here.
If I want to conquer my fears, I'd better do it while I'm alive. The dark is still pretty terrifying, but I'm gonna push through it.
We believe in you, Annette.
I could learn a thing or two from her optimism. We only live once.
Dorothea! Dorothea!
Hello, Flame. What's got you in such a frenzy?
Is it true that you were a diva in Enbar? And that you were praised as having a mystical voice?
I hope I'm more than just my voice, but that's all essentially true, yes.
Then I would beg a boon of you. Would you give me a singing lesson?
Of course. But where is this coming from?
Well, you see, sometimes the soldiers all break out into song. And when they do, I always find myself wanting to join in. Their voices hold such grand aplomb.
but the only songs I know are dreadfully old. So, I had hoped that you might instruct me as to the popular songs of modern soldiers.
Is that so? Well, I'd be more than happy to help. In recent years, a new musical style has come into fashion. One involving challenging songs with many overlapping parts. Why don't we start with a little vocal warm-up? Repeat after me.
Certainly, Professor Dorothea.
Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do.
Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. My, I feel as if I have become quite good at singing. The power of song is certainly remarkable. It is as if I have been revitalized from the very core of my being.
I agree. Songs can be very empowering indeed. In fact, I recently heard an old tale about how a song once ended a war.
Oh, if only.
Truly? I have never heard this tale. Would you mind regaling me with it?
Sadly, I don't know much more beyond that. I'll do some digging, but the person I heard it from wasn't too familiar with the story. Try not to get your hopes up, okay?
Oh, I see.
Oh, poor Flane. All her hopes are dashed.
Perhaps my brother might.
Hmm?
Oh, it is nothing. Since you will be looking into it, I shall do a bit of digging as well. If I learn anything, I will be certain to tell you.
Maybe it was Sothis. Maybe it was Sothis. And her lullaby to Rhea that stopped the war. Who knows? Who knows?
Dorothea, I have it!
You have what?
I have learned more about the story you mentioned the other day. The one regarding the song that ended a war.
Put them all to sleep.
That's incredible. How did you manage it? I've been asking around myself, but I haven't learned a thing.
I actually asked my brother. Or to be more specific, I just so happened to stumble across it in one of his books.
Flane. The restricted books that Seth hides away from the rest of the world?
I see. And what did it say?
It is the story of a woman who ended a war with a song.
Sothis? Lullaby?
This took place a short while after the Empire emerged victorious from the War of Heroes.
Never mind.
The brother of an imperial noble started a conflict regarding the succession of their territory. It was a minor struggle at first, but gradually the other neighboring lords became caught up as well. It became quite the event. One thing spiraled into another, and soon they were on the cusp of a war that threatened to splinter the very empire itself.
Nobles are always like that, no matter the era.
At the time, one woman was very worried about the state of affairs. A childhood friend of the two brothers on opposite sides of the struggle.
Oh, now that's a development right out of the storybooks.
She made her way to the battlefield, which was on the brink of exploding into violence, stood between the two armies, and began to sing. She filled her every word with the hope that the brothers would not be driven to fight. And it went like this. I remember with fondness days long past with those I love. With warmth in my heart I think of them and sing to the stars up above. Hands once linked now carry swords, filled with rage and bloody, and with their smiles forgotten, they seek the sweet release of death.
Wow.
The sound of her voice in song moved not only the hearts of the two brothers, but of their armies as well. Soon, they all dispersed and returned to their homes. Having settled their differences, the brothers petitioned the Emperor to change their territories. So that there would be no lingering grudge, they asked to be given lands at the east and west ends of the Empire, with the capital betwixt. And that is the tale of how House Benya and House Menya came to be.
Oh, that's interesting.
You know, I just realized something. The name of the Middle Franc Opera Company means friendship at the center. It's taken from a festival of singing and dancing that was held in the capital long ago in the hopes of fostering peace. Maybe the origins of this festival are found in the story you just told me.
Do you truly think so?
Noble houses divided with the capital between them? Singing and dancing in the center for peace? I don't think it's a coincidence.
Now that you say it, I find I must agree. Which would mean that you, Dorothea, diva of the Middle Franc Opera Company, might use your talent to bring about the end of war.
If only Dorothea could help us bring the end to, this whole debacle. And we could just all be friends. The Alliance and the Kingdom and the Empire. Everybody friends. Right? Dorothea, you're up for it,
Let's put
right?
old tales aside for now and continue our lessons, shall we? Perhaps if we pray and sing for peace, happiness really will find us all.
Flane, it has come to my attention that you have gone out and aided the Knights of Seros again. I heard that you made your way to the infirmary and spent the entire day treating the sick and wounded.
You sound very disappointed in her. Even though that is a very good thing to do. I'm proud of her. I'm proud of her. You should be too.
What in the world were you thinking? Do you not know how dangerous that was?
I am sorry, brother. However, the knights very much appreciated my assistance.
Their appreciation is inconsequential. Your own safety should be your only concern. This is exactly what happened during that fated battle. You exhausted your strength, healing those who were injured.
Yes, I remember. No matter how many people I helped, the number of wounded only increased.
You were so young. Your body must have been crying out for you to stop, and yet you refused. And now you are left with a body that demands extended periods of slumber.
Oh, is that why she's so, why she looks like a child? Is it?
You have not forgotten, have you?
Has her growth been stunted because she exhausted all of her energy and magic healing people during that war?
Of course not.
If you do not exercise extreme caution, you may not wake up were such a thing to happen again.
I am well aware. Every night I lie awake, afraid that my eyes will not open come morning. But if I let fear control me and begrudge my power, there will be no reprieve for those who suffer.
Oh, Flane. We love Flane.
The thought of that is too much to bear. Furthermore, if we lose this war...
Flane. Should that come to pass, I will protect you. No matter the cost. I swear upon my wife. Your mother.
Father, I have been wondering something. Is it truly so difficult for the people of Fodlan to live in peace? The world would be a much happier place if everyone could live in harmony with each other.
I know. I feel the same. But so do the majority of those risking their lives in this war. That is why I believe a peaceful future awaits us. Beyond this dreadful conflict. That is the reason I fight. And so you do not have to.
Father.
If I lost you, I would lose the very meaning of my life. And so we will always be together.
Come now, Father. Please try to understand that I cannot stay with you forever. I will grow up eventually, though I do promise to refrain from any unnecessary recklessness. And until that day comes, I will always be with you. Besides which, I am certain Mother would be cross with me if I left you all alone.
I mean, after hundreds of years
I
together,
understand.
it's Sedith really not gonna have like issues letting Flame go.